Is there a Zanana system in our politics? I come to Central Hall of Parliament very often, and I see the women in one corner more often than not, and the men in others. Supriya Sule, you may be an exception when you say no, but isn't that the rule? That there is a boys' club today in politics and in Parliament. True or not?
I would completely disagree because I don't see that at all. Well, these are choices you make. It's a space which is open to all. It's up to you. You want to keep the boys exclusive, you can go and start talking to them and it's fine. And it's not only in Central Hall. I take offense. My fraternity is not like that. Your
fraternity, you believe your fraternity is not like that? There's no boys' club in politics or man's club in politics?
There's a boys' club in everything. There's a Parsi club in Bombay which was formed, which still exists, where only boys are allowed. So I defend my fraternity in this.
Meenakshi, Lekhi, are you also going to defend your fraternity, or would you admit somewhere that as a woman you do feel that the men still are insecure about women in politics? Honest answer.
The honest answer is not just men, sometimes women also can be insecure. So insecurity is something which I was reading just a couple of days back. There was a word called Thucydides complex. Indra's Singhasan is about to move. So that complex exists no matter which sphere of life you move in. I'm sure it's so with the journalism as well.
No, actually in the newsroom we need reservation increasingly for men. But that's for another day.
I look forward to that day in the parliament.
You look forward to that day because let's be honest, this parliament, Sushmita Dev, has less than 12% women MPs. 66 women MPs in a parliament in the Lok Sabha, that's just about 12%. All too few, and therefore you, by very nature, tend to feel overwhelmed by the large presence of men in parliament?
And personally, I don't feel overwhelmed. But I'll tell you briefly, the reservation is such a hugely debated issue. But if you go back to the Constituent Assembly debates, you will see that jurists and thinkers of that time, like Hansa Mehta, actually opposed reservations, saying, why are you limiting us to 33 or 50? As India develops, there may be more than that percentage. But clearly that hasn't happened since independence. But I think Parliament needs more women in there. There's no doubt about it. And hopefully it will happen like it has happened in the panchayats. But there's no question of feeling overwhelmed by our male colleagues, because most of our experience, I think we'll all agree, has been, they've been quite supportive, at least the ones I hang around with.
Men politicians are truly supportive of women politicians, Kavitha? Are they really supportive? Be honest. I'm asking you all for honest answers. You're in a gathering where you don't have to worry about what your party leaders say.
Well, the only issue is it will be telecasted across the country, but but anyways, they are a little supportive, not too much, I would say, and that is the case with any junior MP, not women, men. The system in the parties usually do not take it up and groom many of the women MPs or junior MPs is what I felt. But apart from that, India ranks around number 15 in the world in at least, gender parity in politics. So we're not bad in that sense, but we rank abysmally low in other indicators where it comes to education, economic participation, etc. We rank very, very low in the world, global parameters. So I believe at least, in politics, we are there somewhere. 11%, very less, I agree, but we are there somewhere.
Is it different in the panchayats? For example, is that where the real change is taking place? About 10 years ago, we spoke about panchpatis, how it's the husband who still tries to control through the wife the panchayat. Is that changing at least at panchayat level since you come from a smaller district?
Well, in the Legislative Assembly in Maharashtra, we have a women's club. Because we're a very small number there, and ever since reservation, the glam quotient has gone up in the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. That's what they say. They show, on the face of it, it appears like the men support us, but I think it's a different picture in reality. We must accept that. They definitely, I think, you said they still feel insecure. I think they've started feeling insecure now because our numbers are going up slowly. The confidence levels are going up. And of course, in the panchayat, things need to change because I think the men still play a very important role there, even if their wives are elected. And I think that's reservation is, I think, going to rid us of that problem. And I think all of us are waiting for the day when there's no reservation for women. They come out on their own, they contest elections, and of course then there'll be reservation for men. So all of us are really waiting for that day in Indian democracy.